What's up, folks? Jimmy here, Grain and Train. New video for the week. And I think it's a good time to talk about this because I've been watching a lot of documentaries on the whole plant-based diet, vegan diets, and also been getting a lot of questions about nutrition here recently. So I want to touch base on that today. And you hear a lot about the different diets: paleo, vegan, low carb, Atkins, and if it fits your macros. And people get confused. All right, well, what should I do? What works? What doesn't work? I read this side and they said this works, and I read this article said why it doesn't work. So people are confused. And I study all the different diet types and analyze the data and see how people respond, read reviews. And to me, you got to look at, well, what's worked? What's the consistency amongst all the diets? And for the most part, and this is where the vegans got it right, we all should be on a plant-based diet. I'm not saying a plant-only diet. I'm saying a plant-based diet. Like our diet, majority of it needs to be greens, fruits, colorful vegetables, seeds, nuts if you aren't allergic to them. Things like that. Like you really need to load up on those micronutrients. We think too much on the macronutrient side, not enough on the micronutrient side. And the micronutrients are what's disease preventing, helps with inflammation, keeps the body systems functioning at a high level, restores health. It's those things. It's not necessarily the macronutrients. The macronutrients are more energy. So you got to really nourish the body first and restore the health. And when you do that, then you get the body to respond from an aesthetic standpoint the way you want it to. So that's the consistent thing. If you look at the different diet types out there, pretty much the staple of them are greens, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and then based on if you're low carb or not, how much fruit you're going to eat. So that's where the vegans got it right. Now, the mistake that a lot of these people who make the arguments make, for not eating meat is they look at studies and they do this research on people who eat, vegans and compare it to those who eat meat. And they look at the meat eaters who have the higher rates of disease and high rates of obesity and things like that. And you look at those on the plant-based diet who test, much better in those areas. But nobody looks at the deep details behind it. They just kind of say, oh, well, it must be the meat. They just look like, oh, that's the difference. Meat causes cancer. Bacon causes cancer. Remember that article that came out about 6 months ago? Crazy. It's not that the meat eaters are getting cancer because they eat meat or diabetes or, high cholesterol. What the difference is are the habits. So when somebody goes from eating meat to a vegan diet, typically when they jump from eating meat to the vegan diet is when they go to the vegan side, they also bring healthier habits. So it's not only just the eating, but they're also more active. They're more conscious of drinking water, exercising, much more positive mindset. So they're holistically changing their lifestyle in addition to eating plants. Yeah, they gave up meat, but that's not the reason why their health changed. The health changed because the habits changed and eating the plants. Now, on the flip side, those who are showing the higher rates of disease eating meat, well, they typically have the unhealthy habits. These people that they're studying aren't working out. They live a sedentary lifestyle, usually hate their job, stressed out. In addition to eating meat, they eat a lot of other bad things that go along with the meat. So those habits are the reason why you see the higher disease rate. So nobody looks into that detail, and I think it's because it's a lot of researchers trying to prove a point. So they try to really skew the data to fit their argument. But let me tell you something. It's okay to eat meat. Red meat, fish, chicken, that's not what's going to give you cancer or kill you or, clog your arteries. What the key is when you eat these things, what are you eating with it? What are you doing when you're not eating? Are you eating a lot of greens? Are you having the seeds? Are you drinking your water? Are you exercising? Are you managing your stress? Those things are what's going to keep you healthy. It's not just saying, oh, well, I'm going to give up meat. Okay. Now, you have to do what fits best for you. Now, there's some people who it took them to give up meat to live a healthier lifestyle, and they make the switch and they love it, hey, great, go for it. If that's what's working for you, do it. But don't feel like that's what you have to do to change your health. If you're like me, you like ground beef and you like, chicken, and you don't feel like you have to give that up, just know that when you eat these things, do the healthier habits with it. Eat the vegetables, drink the water, exercise, be positive. You're going to see a significant increase in your health and the way you look. And this goes for those trying to lose weight, for those trying to put on muscle, those who just want to feel better. It's the same principles. And if you look across the different diet plans, the foundation of them are pretty much the same, with a few small tweaks here and there to try to separate their system. All right, so that's all I got for you today. Pretty much, if you're looking to eat better, your focal point needs to be a lot of greens, a lot of water, seeds, low sugar fruits like berries, grapefruit, some of my favorites. And you want to make sure that if you're going to eat meat, you keep it high quality, free range chicken, grass-fed beef, wild caught fish. If you're going to do meat, if you're going to go the vegan route, just make sure that you are meeting your protein needs through some form. Legumes are a great source. And there you go. Pretty simple. If you got any questions about this, I'm doing coaching, online coaching now. Very in-depth, very detailed, very action-oriented. If you want to know more, hit me up, ingradedtrain.com, or like us on Facebook, Ingraded Train. And please, if you got questions about this, do not hesitate to hit me up, because I'm here to help you.